How do you write a blues rock song? Let me tell you right now. You start off with a guitar lick, you sing a verse or two, you play the guitar lick again, you sing a verse or two, you play the guitar lick, and you end, and that's a blues rock song. Here's one right now, and we wrote this back in 1971.
Kim, there seems to be a special connection to the Nuremberg area between you and Nuremberg here, Roth.
Well, I think that's because the last two, I would say since the 1990s, the two promoters that have worked with me and brought me over with the band have been from Nuremberg, so the area around Nuremberg. So I tend to, whenever I've come over here, this has been kind of the home base.
You haven't been in Europe for quite some years, and now coming back, it looks like you're restarting to reconquer Europe in a way?
Well, that would be good, wouldn't it? Sounds good, reconquer. We have a new promoter, Peter Harrison, that's always been a friend of mine and always been a fan, and he is... once again, taken interest in myself and the band, and that's important, to have somebody supporting you in the country here. I've got a new band, and it's a very, very good band. So perhaps the best band I've had since the 70s. That's what people are saying. So all of a sudden it's like, okay, I've got the band. I've got people in Germany that want to get on my side. So. It inspires me to sort of say, okay, let's go out and do some shows and see, and start over again.
You got a new album in the works, Voodoo Moon. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, Voodoo Moon, I think, is a strong blues rock record. Its emphasis is on songs, as I think Savoy Brown has been from day one. The emphasis has been on songs, not necessarily... we've done live albums where perhaps the emphasis changed a little bit to performance, which is what a live record is. But in studio records, I think we've always been very, very concerned about song material. And I think that's been the strength of the band from the beginning to this point in time. So I would think the strength of the new record, it's blues rock, but it's not blues rock based around performance. We feel that we have a strong set of songs with which to hang the guitar solos on.
Mentioning guitars, I saw you during the sound check. You have electric guitars with you, the Les Paul, but also an acoustic guitar.
Yes, of course I have a solo acoustic career, and I think that has influenced what I do. I brought it into the band, and it really helps some of the older 60s material, where you want... it somehow captures the flavour of the 60s, and also it gives breadth to the set. You're not just bashing people over the head, with a Marshall amplifier all night. Pat DeSalvo, the bass player, plays a stand-up bass, and I think it shows. I'd like to think it shows an audience that there's more to the band than a one-dimensional approach.
You took the vocals in 2001 or so after having had singers in the band, and now you have Joe Whiting, have a singer again since 2009.
Right. Yeah, well, I took over because it was becoming difficult bringing singers in and working with them and spending the time, for them to become acclimatized to working in the band. And I thought, well, why should I do that anymore? I'll sing. And it was a good idea. And the audiences really enjoyed it because they didn't have to adapt to a new singer. Now I came out with myself singing, and it made perfect sense because I was center stage, and the audience enjoyed seeing that side of me. But then it became very, very tiring because I was playing 100% guitar, singing, writing songs, leading the band, and all the other things you do. I was doing way too much, and I think in the end I had decided that it was physically getting to be too much for me, and it was also affecting the music. I came to the conclusion that the music was suffering, and so it was like, well, hold on. Joe Whiting's a friend of mine. He has a solo career back in the upstate New York area where I live. And I thought, well, this might be a good time to see if Joe is ready to join up with me, and it was. And it was a very good move because now I bring in a world-class singer into the band. And, now I can just concentrate on guitar playing. My performances on stage are way more energetic, because I'm not stuck by a microphone, singing, playing, trying to remember the lyrics, trying to remember this, that, and the other. I can now move around the stage. And I think all of a sudden it's revitalized me again. And it was like, oh, I remember how to do this, And I still sing a couple of songs on stage, and for continuity. And I do sing a couple of songs on the new album. But it's mostly Joe, and I'm happy to see that it's working. And the music has benefited. I was able to write better songs because now I could. I found it difficult all of a sudden having to write for my own voice. I'm not sure that I was ever 100% successful at that. It's much better to write for another voice. So when Joe came into the band, all of a sudden, I could hear his voice in my head, and I could write from a objective standpoint, and I think the songs are better. And certainly it's, the music's better, I'm healthier, I'm not killing myself. I used to wake up in the mornings after shows and feel like a truck had run over me, Now I wake up in the morning and just feel like a car has run over me.